Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another missing persons video. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to cover the case of Randy Leach. It is an older case, but if you have been around my channel, that's a lot of the cases I do. But also this case really hit me hard because just last month, Randy's parents did an interview with NBC, and that really gets to me every time. This has been over 30 years that he's been missing, and these parents have a great Facebook page running. They have a GoFundMe, which I'll tell y'all about in a minute, and then they also have a petition that I would love for y'all to sign. I'm going to have it down there at the bottom to help get Randy's case reinvestigated, because this case was really botched from the beginning. It was in 1988, and you know, as we know, things were really different in 1988. Police, procedures were way different. But even other law enforcement in this case have said, oh, don't mind my nails, sorry. If they could do it over again, they would do it different. So, it's a really sad case, and the parents need closure. It's their only child, and so yeah, let's see if we can go over this case a little bit and share it, of course, please. Okay, so Randy Leach was a 17-year-old who went missing from Linwood, Kansas on April 15th of 1988. Also, his mother's car that he left with that night, with permission, by the way, her 1985 Dodge 600 four-door sedan is also missing. Neither one have ever been found. This case went about 5 different directions. Literally just went to shit, okay? Let's just put it bluntly. And there's a lot of different things on the internet, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to focus most of my information from last month's article that was on NBC News. So Randy was just a week away from graduating Linwood High School in Linwood, Kansas, when he disappeared from a classmate's graduation party. This party was very obviously planned. It was something that he wanted to participate in. This was a cool thing he wanted to do. No big deal. He got permission from his mom to use her car to drive to this party. Parents, now they say he was not a big drug user, but there was a lot of alcohol and drugs. This is a graduation party. Of course it is. Witnesses told authorities there were approximately 70 to 150 guests at the party, and that there was significant alcohol and drug use. Duh. But it's unclear if Randy consumed alcohol or did any drugs. Like I said, Randy's mother says she didn't think he's a big drug user, but she also was aware that there was a bad crowd, according to her in this article from Dateline. He's partying, no big deal. That's not really an issue, right? So the early reports is that Randy had left the party around 2 a.m., but it's not known if anyone actually saw him leave. When Alberta and Harold woke up around 6 o'clock in the morning, they found out that Randy obviously had not made it home, and they knew something was wrong because this was not like Randy. He had a curfew and he didn't miss it. They feared that he had maybe been in a car accident or something like that, and they called his friends and nobody had seen or heard from him. So they did file a missing persons report. Originally, the KBI suspected foul play, and actually still in some of the online things, they're still saying it was foul play. There is now a KBI retired investigator who was on the case for years that says that he does not believe that there was foul play, and he strongly believes that Randy left the party and he was drunk and he drove into some water. I'm going to go ahead and show you that video right now. It's a pretty interesting little clip. It's just about a minute or so long, a couple minutes long. And see what you think about this theory before we go any further.
From the Kansas Bureau of Investigation in January 2010 after a 35-year career in law enforcement. For approximately the last 10 years of my KBI career, I was the case agent assigned to investigate the disappearance of Randy Wayne Leach. Randy had been missing for approximately 12 years when I was assigned his missing persons case. During my investigation, I developed a theory that ultimately I began to believe is the solution to Randy's disappearance, but I was never able to prove my theory. My theory suggests that Randy left the high school graduation party where he was last seen in his mother's Dodge 600, which, like Randy, has never been found. Randy had two options to drive from the party's location to his home. He could have driven north and taken K-32 highway west to his home, or he could have gone south and taken a county road, now known as Golden Road, west toward home. I believe, based on the multiple published accounts, that Randy was intoxicated and he chose to take the back roads home rather than the heavier traveled state highway. In 1988, when Randy disappeared, a single-lane bridge on Golden Road spanned Stranger Creek, east of Linwood, Kansas. My theory is that Randy missed this bridge and his car sank into Stranger Creek, north of where the bridge formerly was located. Over the years, the force of the water flowing down Stranger Creek pushed Randy's car downstream of where it sank in Stranger Creek and may have now pushed it into the Kansas River or beyond. Despite extensive searches of this area by the KBI and the Leavenworth County Sheriff's Office, using every bit of technology that was then available to them, no trace of Randy or his mother's car were ever found. Again, I was never able to prove my theory, but I believe it accounts for all the details of this case, and I continue to believe that it is the best solution for explaining the almost 30-year mystery of the disappearance of Randy Leach. My desire is that someday someone finds evidence that can solve the mystery of Randy's disappearance. Whether that evidence supports my theory is of no consequence to that larger issue.
Okay, so that's one of the theories that later on he said. One of the other theories, though, that the police ran with, and this is 1988, is that he was abducted by a satanic cult. In 1988, if y'all keep up with the true crime, you know about the West Memphis 3 case, and those 3 teenagers were convicted mainly because they were accused of being devil worshippers, and in the late 80s and early 90s, that was a huge thing. I was a teenager around that time, and honestly, I believed it too. It was really hard not to. Everybody believed it. The national news put it everywhere. The cops believed it. I mean, you should do a little, if you interested in any of that, that is a fascinating road or rabbit hole to go down. It's not even a rabbit hole. It's like real shit that happened in the 80s and early 90s. I mean, people were constantly convicted of through this satanic panic. And unfortunately, with Randy's case, that's what happened too. And then also there was a tip that Randy was kidnapped and taken to a cave on this night. In the article, it says, for years, rumors and stories circulated about what could have happened to Randy. According to Randy's parents, one of the rumors is that Randy had been abducted and killed by a satanic cult in Linwood area. They told Dateline that there was a report that Randy's body was spotted in a cave nearby. The undersheriff told Dateline that they had searched many places, whatever, and that he was never found. And sadly, Randy's father searched caves for years and years. What, you know what I mean? What? But if that's the only thing you have to go on, then you go on. I've been doing a bunch of these missing persons cases, and really that if you get a tip, that seems to be like the family and the searchers, they go on that. That's what they go on. So if you are ever thinking about calling a bullshit tip in, that's one of the worst, mind fuckery things that you could do, I think, to a family. That didn't pan out. He's never been found. His family, his parents, really just are at a loss. They really don't know. The thing is that the police department has not let them have any of the case files. They have still like left it closed. Okay, it's been this long, 30 something years, over 30 years, and they're not allowed to see the case file. Unfortunately, Randy's parents have been really left out of the loop, out of the investigation, and so they've done things on their own, which is so admirable. I admire that somebody would look for their child for so many years and not give up. The thing I want y'all to do is go and check out this petition. They're really close to getting it signed now. It's a request Kansas City Governor Kelly to sign an executive order to investigate our missing son, Randy Leach. Right now that I'm looking at it right now, has 7,675 signed, and they need 10,000. So we're real close. If y'all can just click on the link and y'all can sign that real quick, that would be really nice, and that would help. There's also a fundraiser. If you feel like helping fundraisers, I know some of us can't, but there is a GoFundMe for to help raise money in the search for him. Like I said, there's a Facebook page for Randy. You should go join the Facebook page to keep up. It's just one of those. There have been quite a few YouTube videos. There's been a few podcasts about this. Go and check them out. One thing was interesting that I learned. They got Unsolved Mysteries involved, and actually Unsolved Mysteries, the old Unsolved Mysteries, was going to cover Randy's case, and it was nixed by the police. The police shot it down and said they did not want to participate in this, and they did not want his case covered. So, is there a cover-up inside this police, department? Was there a cover-up at this party? Did Randy accidentally overdose or die? Or was there some kind of fight? Maybe he got killed accidentally. Or did Randy just drive drunk and fall off into this a river, a lake, a body of water? I will say there is a YouTube channel. I think it's called Adventures with Purpose. I don't know if y'all have ever seen it, but they have lately been doing searches for people in water, and they do really hard searches, and so you would check that channel out too. I wonder if they'd be interested in helping look for Randy's mom's vehicle and possibly find Randy. After I watched and read a lot of the things, and then I watched the FBI, the retired guy that I just showed you, I'm leaning towards that personally now. And I don't subscribe too much to all the rumors. There are tons and tons of fake stuff all over the internet. Reddit's full of it, and I've actually kind of laid off of Reddit because it seems to be real messy over there. But there's other places that are just giving some bad information. So I honestly just wanted to make this video, give you the most updated, recent interview information that I got. But yeah, there was other things that happened. The satanic panic thing, the theory that maybe he, got into it with somebody at the party. Those theories are out there. But right now, I just really wanted to do this video to share Randy Leach's story. His parents have been so dedicated, and I'm very impressed by that. And so, if you could share this video, that would help. If you could sign the petition, that would help. If you want to help the GoFundMe, whatever, that would help. But sharing this video, liking it, getting it some exposure, that would be really, really awesome. Let me go over Randy's information. Randy Leach, he's 17 years old. I have some video of him. I think I played it already. He was just a really good guy. 1 week graduation, and April 15th of 1988. So there was a party, and if you know anybody that was at a party with Randy Leach around this time, maybe you attended the party, maybe you remember something that happened, that would be awesome. Oh my gosh, and also, if we could get this case re-investigated by somebody else, an independent, a private. I don't think they've ever had a private investigator on this. They don't have the funds for that. That's expensive. Yeah, that would be helpful if y'all could share and sign and all that good stuff. And I wish the best to Randy's family, and I am so impressed by them and their resilience, and they not giving up on their son for all these years. So go ahead and give Randy a chance, and we will be back soon with another video. I'm glad y'all joined me today. If you made it to the very end, yay! And shout out to my new subscribers, by the way. I've got quite a few new subscribers, and I appreciate you so much. And we'll see you soon. Bye.